Hello everyone, today I'll be sharing my favorite sourdough bagels recipe. Someone requested me to share, so I'm doing it today. Very simple ingredients and steps. I mean, the whole process is very simple, but of course you need 2 days in order to have chewy and tasty bagels on the table. So next I'll be showing everyone what are the ingredients needed. Okay, let's start now. I've weighed 500 grams of active sourdough starter, which I fed in the morning. It's at peak when I use it. Okay, then put all the flour in. My favorite combination of flour would be bread flour and all-purpose flour. Okay, all into the bowl. Okay, we have the starter and the flour inside the bowl now, and pour in the water. Okay, and start kneading after this. Okay, kneading time now. I'll be using the dough hook attachment. Okay, now we use speed 1 first to make sure the flour doesn't fly everywhere. Slowly increase to speed 2. The stand mixer can knead up to 2 kg dough. So it's considered a large capacity stand mixer. You can use this for home-based bakery shop, or like me, I use it for my home use. Speed 3. Okay, I'm going to knead using speed 3 for about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to show everyone how the dough looks like. See? Okay, now I'm going to continue kneading. So before that, I'm going to put in all the sugar and salt. Okay, I'm going to give it a quick stir. Speed 3. And pouring in the oil gradually. Very, very simple steps. As usual, sourdough bakes take longer to proof, and you need to proof or cold retard the dough overnight in order to develop the flavor. Okay, done. I'm going to increase the speed to 4. I'm going to knead for about 3 more minutes. Okay, this is how the dough looks like. Okay. Okay, get an airtight container ready. You can oil a layer of canola oil, corn oil inside the container, but I'm not going to do it because I feel that there is oil in the dough, so it won't stick that much. Okay, so transfer into the container. Right, look at this. So I'm going to just bring it in the center like this. So cover it. Leave it on the counter, room temperature, for an hour. Okay, 1 hour is up. This is how the dough looks like after an hour on the counter. So this is considered the first proofing. Okay, it's done. So next will be cold retard. Put into the fridge at at least 4 degrees Celsius. I'm going to set mine 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. See everyone tomorrow. Okay, I've took out the dough out from the chiller. It's been in the fridge overnight. Look at the dough now. Okay. The reason why I put them in the fridge overnight is to develop the flavor. Next, I'll be dividing the dough. Come back shortly. Okay, now I'm going to divide the dough. All you need is the weighing machine, some flour, the scraper, silicone mat or any mat that you have at home, non-stick mat. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle some flour on the top. Okay, release the sides. Go. Okay, we'll set this aside. Look at this. Okay, now to divide, I can divide the dough to 100 or 120 gram each bagel dough, depending on your preference, 80, 100, 120. Obviously, the least way it will be smaller bagel and you have more. So I'm going to do what I usually do at home. 100 gram is good enough for my family. Okay, I'm going to divide 100 each. Just divide this way. Okay, just that, you divide. Okay, I'm going to finish dividing the rest of the dough and come back shortly. Okay, after I divided the dough, I have 20 pieces of dough here. Each is about 103 to 104 gram. Okay, weighing each 103 to 104 gram. So next I'm going to roll them into ball form. Okay, so hold on, let me, okay, I'm going to flour the side here because I'm going to place the roll dough here later. Okay, hope you can see this. Let me transfer all to the top. Okay, okay, see, okay. Bring the sides to the center. It's just like rolling buns. Bring to the center. Try to make it as round as possible. Whichever method that you are used to, just use it. I like to use it on the, I like to do it on the hard surface like this, on my granite counter. Okay. There. Okay. Okay, just place it here. Next, I'm going to show again. Bring the sides to the center. If you find the dough is a little sticky for your hands, just flour your palms a little. Just a little flour will do, not too much. Okay. You can roll it this way. If you're good at this, you can do it this way. Okay. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest and come back later. Get a piece of cloth, tea towel, fermentation cloth if you have, just cover it, cover everything, and let the dough rest for about 20 to 30 minutes. I'll come back shortly. Okay, 30 minutes is up. Okay, these are how the doughs look like now. I have some pre-cut baking mat and baking paper. This was from leftover baking mat which I cut out to fit my baking tray. I didn't throw away the leftover, I just cut them into small pieces so that I can use for other bakes, smaller items. Okay, get the trays ready, some flour, and then you can use any tools that you have. You can use those small rolling pin. I'm using this ladle, the handle. You can just use your thumb as well. Okay, pour some flour. Okay, apply some flour here. Okay, poke a hole in the center. Let's push this away. You can use whichever shaping method that you are comfortable with. I'm just going to roll it this way, showing everyone the simplest method. Here you go. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make it the hole slightly bigger. Okay, place this on the tray. I'm going to do the next one. Apply some flour. Put in the center. You can use whichever shaping method that you are expert in or comfortable doing so. Okay, I'm going to finish up the rest and come back shortly. Okay, done shaping. All right, don't worry if they look wrinkly and all that, because this is going to be the final proofing. The bagels dough will puff up and they will look cute later on. Don't worry. So now I'm going to cover with a piece of tea towel. You can use whatever cloth you have at home. I'm going to proof for about 2.5 hours. I will check after 2.5 hours if they need slightly longer to proof. Okay, I'll see all of you. Okay, while the water is boiling, I'm going to preheat the oven. Since I'll be baking multi-layer, I'll be using the rear heat plus convection mode, 175 degrees Celsius. I'm going to leave it at 30 minutes. Preheat the oven. Okay, while waiting for the water to be ready, I'm going to show all of you how the bagel dough look like. See? They puffed up nicely. Okay, I'll come back when the water is ready for the water bath. Okay, the water is ready. Okay. Place the baking soda into the boiling water. Stir it a bit. Okay, I'm going to wait for it to come back boiling before I place the dough into the water. Look at this. Okay, I'm going to explain about how chewy you want your bagels be. I usually like to boil about 10 seconds on each side of the bagel. That's chewy enough for me. If you prefer chewier, then you need to boil about 15 seconds to 20 seconds on each side. Okay? Okay, the reason why I place the dough on a piece of baking mat or baking paper is easier for me to handle without disfiguring the shape of the bagel. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. Remove the baking mat or baking paper. Okay, I'm going to turn it back. Drain and place on the baking tray. I line the baking tray. Okay, handle gently. Okay. Placing each with some space apart so that when baking time they don't stick together. Okay, repeat the same thing. I'm going to show one more round. Okay, turn it over. Drain. Transfer this here. Okay, I'm going to zoom in to show everyone how I boil the bagels in the wok. You can use a pot as well, it's up to you. Last batch. I'm going to turn it back. Drain. Okay, this is how I usually okay, I'm going to use some sesame seed here. Okay, I'm going to turn it, just toss it a bit. Okay, that's all. This is how it looks like. Okay, transfer to the tray. One more. Okay. If you want to apply topping, you can do it this way, or you can wait for it slightly cool but not dry, because you need the moisture. Okay, the oven is ready. Baking time. Look at this. Right? So I'll be slotting in 135, the level. Right, push all the way in. This was the one with 2 sesame seeds. My family prefer the plain bagels, so I only put toppings on 2 bagels to show everyone how it's done. Okay. Bake using rear heat plus convection. The mode 175 degrees Celsius. On. I'm going to bake it for 18 minutes. Right? Press steam injection. Press 2 times. I'm going to repeat it for the first 5 minutes of baking. I'm going to press about 3 more times. So total 5 times steam injection. Okay? Bagels freshly baked out from the oven. Look at the colors. They are very even colors, although I baked 3 trays at one go. Okay, the tray. Look at the colors. Remember a few tips. The trays have to be pushed all the way in. Make sure there is space on all four corners, and you will get even colors on all your bakes. That's the tips I'm going to share with all of you today. Okay, I'm going to leave them on the wire rack until they cool down slightly, then I'll transfer onto the wire rack. I'll come back shortly. Okay, I'm going to transfer the bagels onto the wire rack so that they can cool down further. Okay, for baking time, I bake for 18 minutes, right? You can bake slightly shorter, maybe 16 minutes, and the color will be lighter. Actually, it's really up to individual preference, like I always mention. Okay, the reason is, if you plan to bake this in advance and have them later, or you bake extra so that you can have them for breakfast, lunch or dinner later on, or so you may bake them slightly shorter in time, 16, and they will be lighter in color. Okay, so when you reheat the bagels, they won't turn too dark and the crust will not turn too thick and chewy, too chewy for you maybe, So play around with the baking time and decide which works best for you. There is no right and wrong, like I always say. When you bake, you have to enjoy. So I hope you will enjoy yourself instead of being too stressful over small things like bagels or any bakes. Okay? Okay, I'm going to put it here first. Get this tray out of the way. Okay, these are the one with sesame seeds. Okay, I'm going to zoom in later and show everyone. Okay, I'll come back shortly. Look at the cute bagels. Remember I mentioned that don't have to worry when they look wrinkly right after shaping and also wrinkly right after the water bath. They will look cute at the end. After you pop them into the oven, bake them, they'll fluff up more, and this is how they look now. Look at this. Smells good, soft. Look at this. Okay, I'm going to slice later. I'm going to slice one later and show everyone how the crumb looks like. I'll come back shortly. Okay? Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to slice one. Okay? Look at this. It's very soft because it's freshly baked. Look at this. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and show everyone. Okay, that's all for today. Oh yeah, I've forgotten to mention this. If you were to bake big batches, then you may want to store them in the fridge or freezer. Of course, if you store them in the freezer in a Ziploc bag or airtight container, they will last longer. But of course, you need to thaw them and then pan fry or toast them before enjoying the bagels. Fridge will be fine as well. If you place them and store them in airtight container in room temperature, I would say you only can keep them for about 3 to 4 days. Then they will start molding because these are all natural without any preservative. So it gets moldy very, very fast and very easily. Okay, I will be seeing everyone very, very soon. Happy baking.